So now we will be starting chapter number 4, Animal Kingdom. When you look around, you will observe different animals with different structures and forms. As over a million species of animals have been described till now, the need for classification becomes all the more important. The classification also helps in assigning a systematic position to newly described species. 4.1 Basis of Classification. In spite of differences in structure and form of different animals, there are fundamental features common to various individuals in relation to the arrangement of cells, body symmetry, nature of coelom, patterns of digestive, circulatory, or reproductive systems. These features are used as the base of animal classification, and some of them are discussed here. 4.1.1 Levels of Organization. Though all members of Animalia are multicellular, all of them do not exhibit the same pattern of organization of cells. For example, in sponges, the cells are arranged as loose cell aggregates, that is, they exhibit cellular level of organization. Some division of labor activities occur among the cells. In ciliates, the arrangement of cells is more complex. Here the cells performing the same function are arranged into tissues, hence is called tissue level of organization. A still higher level of organization, that is organ level, is exhibited by members of Platyhelminthes and other higher phyla where tissues are grouped together to form organs, each specialized for a particular function. In animals like annelids, arthropods, mollusks, echinoderms, and chordates, organs have associated to form functional systems, each system concerned with a specific physiological function. This pattern is called organ system level of organization. Organ systems in different groups of animals exhibit various patterns of complexity. For example, the digestive system in platyhelminthes has a single opening to the outside of the body that serves as both mouth and anus, and is hence called incomplete. A complete digestive system has two openings, mouth and anus. Similarly, the circulatory system may be of two types: open type, in which the blood is pumped out of the heart and the cells and tissues are directly bathed in it, and closed type, in which the blood is circulated through a series of vessels of varying diameters, arteries, veins, and capillaries. 4.1.2 Symmetry. Animals can be categorized on the basis of their symmetry. Sponges are mostly asymmetrical, that is, any plane that passes through the center does not divide them into equal halves. When any plane passing through the central axis of the body divides the organism into two identical halves, it is called radial symmetry. Coelentrates, ctenophores, and echinoderms have this kind of body plan. Figure 4.1a. Figure 4.1a Radial symmetry. Animals like annelids and arthropods, etc., where the body can be divided into identical left and right halves in only one plane, exhibit bilateral symmetry. 3. Figure 4.1b Bilateral symmetry. 4.1.3 Diploblastic and triploblastic organization. Animals in which the cells are arranged in two embryonic layers, an external ectoderm and an internal endoderm, are called diploblastic animals. Example Coelenterate. An undifferentiated layer, mesoglea, is present between the ectoderm and the endoderm. Figure 4.2a. Those animals in which the developing embryo has a third germinal layer, mesoderm, in between the ectoderm and endoderm are called triploblastic animals. Platyhelminthes to chordates. Figure 4.2b. Figure 4.2 showing germinal layers A. Diploblastic, B. Diploblastic, mesoglea, echinoderm, endoderm. 4.1.4 Coelom. Presence or absence of a cavity between the body wall and the gut wall is very important in classification. The body cavity, which is lined by mesoderm, is called coelom. Animals possessing coelom are called coelomates. Example: annelids, mollusks, arthropods, echinoderms, hemichordates, and chordates. Figure 4.3. In some animals, the body cavity is not lined by mesoderm. Instead, the mesoderm is present as scattered products in between the ectoderm and endoderm. Such a body cavity is called pseudocoelom, and the animals possessing them are called pseudocoelomates. Example: Aschelminthus. Figure 4.3b. The animals in which the body cavity is absent are called ocelomates. Example: Platyhelminthes. Figure 4.3c. Figure 4.3 Diagrammatic sectional view of A. Coelomate, B. Pseudocoelomate, C. Acoelomate.
4.1.5 Segmentation. In some animals, the body is externally and internally divided into segments with a serial repetition of at least some organs. For example, in earthworm, the body shows this pattern called metameric segmentation, and this phenomenon is known as metamerism. 4.1.6 Notochord. Notochord is mesodermally derived rod-like structure formed on the dorsal side during embryonic development in some animals. Animals with notochord are called chordates, and those animals which do not form this structure are called non-chordates. Example: Porifera to Echinoderm. 4.2 Classification of animals. The broad classification of Animalia, based on common fundamental features as mentioned in the preceding section, is given in Figure 4.4. Figure 4.4. Echinodermata exhibits radial or bilateral symmetry depending on the stage. Figure 4.4 Broad classification of kingdom Animalia based on common fundamental features. Kingdom Animalia multicellular. Levels of organization cellular level, tissue or organ system level. In cellular level of organization, symmetry mostly asymmetrical, body cavity or coelom or coelomata, phylum Porifera. In tissue or organ system level of organization, symmetry, radial, body cavity or coelom or coelomata, phylum, Coelenterata or Cnidaria, and Ctenophora. In bilateral symmetry, without body cavity or coelomates, Platyhelminthes, with false coelom, pseudocoelomates, phylum Aschelminthes, with true coelom, coelomates, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, Chordata phylums. The important characteristic feature of the different phyla are described. 4.2.1 Phylum Porifera. Members of this phylum are commonly known as sponges. They are generally marine and mostly asymmetrical animals. Figure 4.5. These are primitive multicellular animals and have cellular level of organization. Sponges have a water transport or canal system. Water enters through minute pores ostia in the body wall into a central cavity spongiosity, from where it goes out to the oscula. This pathway of water transport is helpful in food gathering, respiratory exchange, and removal of waste. Choanocytes or polar cells line the spongiosele and the canals. The addition is intracellular. The body is supported by a skeleton made of spicules of spongium fiber. Sexes are not separate, hermaphrodite, that is, eggs and sperms are produced by the same individual. Sponges reproduce asexually by fragmentation and sexually by formation of gametes. Fertilization is internal and development is indirect, having a larval stage which is morphologically distinct from the adult. Figure 4.5 Examples of Porifera: A. Cycon, B. Euspongia, C. Spongilla. Examples: Cycon, Saipa, Spongilla, freshwater sponge, and Euspongia, bath sponge. 4.2.2 Phylum Coelenterata or Cnidaria. They are aquatic, mostly marine, sessile, or free-swimming, radially symmetrical animals. Figure 4.6. The name Cnidaria is derived from the cnidoblast or cnidocytes, which contain the stinging capsules or nematocysts present on the tentacles and the body. Cnidoblasts are used for anchorage, defense, and for capture of prey. Figure 4.7. Cnidarians exhibit tissue level of organization and are diploblastic. They have a central gastrovascular cavity with a single opening, mouth on hypnostom. Digestion is extracellular and intracellular. Some of the cnidarians, example corals, have a skeleton composed of calcium carbonate. Cnidarians exhibit two basic forms called polyp and medusa. Figure 4.6. The former is sessile and cylindrical form like hydra, adamsia, etc., whereas the latter is umbrella-shaped and free-swimming like Aurelia or jellyfish. Those cnidarians which exist in both forms exhibit alternation of generation metagenesis. That is, polyps produce medusa asexually and medusa form the polyps sexually. Example, Obelia. Examples, Cilia, Portuguese man of water, Cadamsia, sea anemone, Pennatula, sea pen, Gorgonia, sea pen, and Meandriana, brain polyp. Figure 4.6 Examples of cylindriate indicating outline of the body form. A. Aurelia, Medusa. B. Adamsia, polyp. Figure 4.7 diagrammatic wave of the nidoblast. 4.2.3 Phylum Ctenophora. Ctenophores, commonly known as sea walnuts or comb jellies, are exclusively marine, radially symmetrical, diploblastic organisms with tissue level of organization. The body wears 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates, which help in locomotion. Figure 4.8. Digestion is both extracellular and intracellular. Bioluminescence, the property of a living organism to emit light, is well marked in ctenophores. Sexes are not separate. Reproduction takes place only by sexual means. Fertilization is external with indirect development. Example, Pleurobrachia and Pseudoplana. Figure 4.8. Example of ctenophora, Pleurobrachia. 4.2.4 Phylum Platyhelminthes. They have dorsoventrally flattened body, hence are called flatworms. Figure 4.9. They are mostly endoparasites found in animals, including human beings. Flatworms are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, or coelomate animals with organ system level of organization. Hooks and suckers are present in the parasitic forms. Some of them absorb nutrients from the host directly through their body surface. Specialized cells, called the flame cells, help in osmoregulation and excretion. Sexes are not separate. Fertilization is internal and development is through many larval stages. Some members, like the planaria, possess high regeneration capacity. Examples: Pinia, tapeworm; Fasciola, liver fluke. Figure 4.9 Examples of platyhelminthes. A. Tapeworm. B. Liver fluke. 4.2.5 Phylum Aschelminthus. The body of Aschelminthus is circular in cross section, hence the name roundworms. Figure 4.10. They may be free living, aquatic, and terrestrial or parasitic in plants and animals. Roundworms have organ system level of body organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, and pseudocoelomate animals. Alimentary canal is complete with a well-developed muscular pharynx. An excretory tube removes body waste from the body cavity through the excretory pore. Sexes are separate, dioecious, that is, males and females are distinct. Often females are longer than males. Fertilization is internal and development may be direct. The young ones resemble the other or indirect. Examples: Ascaris, roundworm; Wuchereria, pilaria worm; and Chylostoma, hookworm. Figure 4.10 Example of Aschelminthus, roundworm. Male, female. 4.2.6 Phylum Annelida. They may be aquatic, marine, and freshwater or terrestrial, free living and sometimes parasitic. They exhibit organ system level of body organization and bilateral symmetry. They are triploblastic, metamerically segmented, and coelomate animals. Their body surface is distinctly marked out into segments or metamers, and hence the phylum name Annelida, Latin annulus, little wing. Figure 4.11. They possess longitudinal and circular muscles which help in locomotion. Aquatic annelids like Nereis possess lateral appendages, parapodia, which help in swimming. A closed circulatory system is present. Nephridia, single nephridium, help in osmoregulation and excretion. Neural system consists of paired ganglia, single ganglion connected by lateral nerves to a double ventral nerve cord. Nereis, an aquatic form, is dioecious, but earthworms and leeches are monoecious. Reproduction is sexual. Example: Nereis, Peritima, earthworm, and Hirudinaria, blood-sucking leech. Figure 4.11 Examples of Annelida: A. Nereis; B. Hirudinaria. 4.2.7 Phylum Arthropoda. This is the largest phylum of Animalia, which includes insects. Over the two-thirds of the all named species on Earth are arthropods. Figure 4.12. They have organ system level of organization. They have bilateral symmetry, triploblastic, segmented, and coelomate animals. The body of arthropods is covered by chitinous exoskeleton. The body consists of head, thorax, and abdomen. They have jointed appendages, arthros, joint, poda, appendages. Respiratory organs are gills, book lungs, or tracheal system. Circulatory system is of open type. Sensory organs like antenna, eyes, compound and simple, statocyst, or bilateral organs are present. Excretion takes place through Malpighian tubules. These are mostly dioecious. Fertilization is usually internal. They are mostly oviparous. Development may be direct or indirect. Examples: Economically important insects: apis, honeybee, bombyx, silkworm, lacifer, black insect. Vectors: Anopheles, Culex, and Aedes mosquitoes. Gregarious pest, Locusta, locust, living fossil, Limulus, king crab. Figure 4.12 example of arthropoda. A. Locust. B. Butterfly. C. Scorpion. And D. Prawn. 4.2.8 Phylum Mollusca. This is the second largest animal phylum. Figure 4.13 Mollusca terrestrial or aquatic, marine or freshwater, having an organ system level of organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic and coelomate animals. Body is covered by a calcareous shell and is unsegmented with a distinct head, muscular foot and visceral arm. A soft and spongy layer of skin forms a mantle over the visceral arm. The space between the hump and the mantle is called the mantle cavity, in which feather-like gills are present. They have respiratory and excretory functions. The anterior head region has sensory tentacles. The mouth contains a file-like grasping organ for feeding called radula. They are usually dioecious and oviparous with indirect development. Examples: phyla, apple snail, pinctada, pearl oyster, sepia, cuttlefish, lolico, squid, octopus, devilfish, aplysia, sea hare, dentalium, tusk shell, and Phytophthora pattern. Figure 4.13 Examples of mollusca. A. Phyla. B. Octopus. 4.2.9 Phylum Echinodermata. These animals have an endoskeleton of calcareous ossicle and hence the name Echinodermata. Spiny bodies. Figure 4.14 All are marine with organ system level of organization. The adult echinoderms are radially symmetrical, but larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. They are triploblastic and coelomate animals. Digestive system is complete with mouth on the lower ventral side and anus on the upper dorsal side. The most distinctive feature of the echinoderms is presence of vascular system, which helps in locomotion, capture and transport of food and respiration. An excretory system is absent. Sexes are separate, reproduction is sexual, fertilization is usually external, development is indirect with free-swimming larvae. Examples: Asterias, starfish, echinus, sea urchin, Antedon, sea lily, Pipimeria, sea cucumber, and Ophiura, brittle star. Figure 4.14 Examples of Echinodermata. A. Asterias. B. Ophiura. 4.2.10 Phylum Hemichordata. Hemichordata was earlier considered a subphylum under phylum Chordata, but now it is placed as a separate phylum under non-Chordata. Hemichordates have a rudimentary structure in the collar region called stomochord, a structure similar to notochord. This phylum consists of a small group of worm-like marine animals with organ system level of organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, diploblastic, and coelomate animals. The body is cylindrical and is composed of an anterior proboscis, a collar, and a long trunk. Figure 4.15 Circular circulatory system is of open type. Respiration takes place through gills. Excretory organ is proboscis gland. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is external. Development is indirect. Example: Melanoglossus and Saccoglossus. Figure 4.15 Melanoglossus. Proboscis, polar, trunk. 4.2.11 Phylum Chordata. Animals belonging to phylum Chordata are fundamentally characterized by the presence of notochord, a dorsal, hollow nerve cord, and paired pharyngeal gill slits. Figure 4.16. These are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, coelomate, with organ system level of organization. They possess a post-anal tail and a closed circulatory system. Table 4.1 presents a comparison of salient features of chordates and non-chordates. Figure 4.16 Chordata characteristics. Gill slits, post-anal part, nerve cord, notochord. Table 4.1 Comparison of chordates and non-chordates. Chordates, notochord present, central nervous system is dorsal, hollow and single, pharynx perforated by gill slits, heart is ventral, a post-anal part, tail is present. Non-chordates, notochord absent, central nervous system is ventral, solid and double, gill slits are present, heart is dorsal if present, post-anal tail is absent. Phylum Chordata is divided into three subphyla: Urochordata or Tunicata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. Subphylum Urochordata and cephalochordata, often referred to as protochordates, figure 4.17, and are exclusively marine. In neurochordata, notochord is present only in larval tail, while in cephalochordata it extends from head to tail region and is persistent throughout their life. Examples: Urochordata, Ascidia, Salpa, Doliolum, Cephalochordata, Branchiostoma, Amphioxus, or Lanceolate. The members of subphylum Vertebrata possess notochord during the embryonic period. The notochord is replaced by cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in adults. These all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Besides the basic chordate characters, vertebrates have a ventral muscular heart with two, three, or four chambers, kidneys for excretion and osmoregulation, and paired appendages, which may be fins or limbs. Figure 4.17, Ascidia. The subphylum Vertebrata is further divided as follows. Vertebrata division: Agnatha, which lacks jaws. Class: Cyclostomata. Gnathostomata bears jaws. Superclass: Pisces, which bear fins. Class: Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. Superclass: Tetrapoda bear limbs. Class: Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammals. 4.2.11.1 Class: Cyclostomata. All living members of the class Cyclostomata are ectoparasites on some fishes. They have an elongated body bearing 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits for respiration, and cyclostomes have a sucking and circular mouth without jaws. Figure 4.18. Their body is devoid of scales and paired fins. Cranium and vertebral column are cartilaginous. Circulation is of closed type. Cyclostomes are marine but migrate for spawning to fresh water. After spawning within a few days, they die. The larvae, after metamorphosis, return to the ocean. Example: Petromyzon, lamprey, and mixin, hagfish. Figure 4.18 are jawless vertebrate, Petromyzon. 4.2.11.2 Class: Chondrichthyes. They are marine animals with streamlined body and have cartilaginous endoskeleton. Figure 4.19. Mouth is located ventrally. Notochord is persistent throughout their life. Gill slits are separate without operculum. Gill cover. The skin is tough, containing minute placoid scales. Teeth are modified placoid scales, which are backwardly directed. Their jaws are very powerful. These animals are predaceous. Due to the absence of air bladder, they have swim constantly to avoid shrinking. These animals are predaceous. Due to the absence of air bladder, they have to swim constantly to avoid sinking. Heart is two-chambered, one auricle and one ventricle. Some of them have electric organs, example torpedo, and some possess poison sting, example trigon. They are cold-blooded, oscillothermous animals, that is, they lack the capacity to regulate the body temperature. Sexes are separate. In male, pelvic fins bear claspers. They have internal fertilization, and many of them are viviparous. Examples: Scalodon, dogfish, Tristis, sawfish, Carcharodon, great white shark, Trigon, stingray. Figure 4.19 Examples of cartilaginous fishes: A. Scalodon, B. Tristis. 4.2.11.3 Class: Osteichthyes. It includes both marine and freshwater fishes with bony endoskeleton. Their body is streamlined. Mouth is mostly terminal. Figure 4.20. They have four pairs of gills, which are covered by an operculum on each side. Skin is covered with cycloid and tenoid scales. Air bladder is present, which regulates buoyancy. Heart is two-chambered, one auricle and one ventricle. They are cold-blooded animals. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is usually external. They are mostly oviparous and development is direct. Example: marine, exocytus, flying fish, hippocampus, seahorse, freshwater, labio, rohu, petla, clarius, magur, aquarium, betta, cutting fish, Spirophylum, angelfish. Figure 4.20 Examples of bony fishes: A. Hippocampus, B. Cutla. 4.2.11.4 Class: Amphibia. As the name indicates, Greek, amphibia, dual, bios, life. Amphibians have life in aquatic as well as terrestrial habitats. Figure 4.21. Most of them have two pairs of limbs. Body is divisible into head and trunk. Tail may be present in some. The amphibian skin is moist without scales. The eyes have eyelids. A tympanum represents the ear. Alimentary canal, urinary, and reproductive tracts open into a common chamber called cloaca, which opens to the exterior. Respiration is by gills, lungs, and through skin. The heart is three-chambered, two auricles and one ventricle. These are cold-blooded animals. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is external. They are oviparous and development is indirect. Examples: bufo, toad, rana, frog, hyla, tree frog, salamandra, salamander, ichthyophis, limbless amphibia. Figure 4.21 Examples of amphibia: A. Salamandra, B. Rana. 4.2.11.5 Class Reptilia. The class name refers to the creeping or crawling mode of locomotion. Latin: creepier or reptile. Creep or crawl. They are mostly terrestrial animals and their body is covered by dry and cornified skin. Epidermal scales or scutes. They do not have external ear openings. Tympanum represents ear. Limbs, when present, are two pairs. Heart is usually three-chambered but four-chambered in crocodiles. Reptiles are poikilotherms. Snakes and lizards shed their scales as skin parts. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. They are oviparous and development is direct. Examples: Elon, turtle, testudo, tortoise, chameleon, tree lizard, Pelodes, garden lizard, crocodilus, crocodile, alligator, alligator, hemidactylus, wall lizard, poisonous snakes, naja, cobra, bangarus, crate, vipera, viper. Figure 4.22 Reptiles: A. Chameleon, B. Crocodilus, C. Chelone, D. Naja. 4.2.11.6 Class Babies. The characteristic feature of aves, birds, are the presence of feathers and most of them can fly except flightless birds. Example: ostrich. They possess beak. Figure 4.23. The forelimbs are modified into wings. The hind limbs generally have scales and are modified for walking, swimming, or clasping the tree branches. Skin is dry without glands except the oil gland at the base of the tail. Endoskeleton is fully ossified, bony, and the long bones are hollow with air cavities. Pneumatic. The digestive tract of birds has additional chambers, the crop and gizzard. Heart is completely four-chambered. They are warm-blooded homeothermous animals, that is, they are able to maintain a constant body temperature. Respiration is by lungs, air sacs connected to lung supplement respiration. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. They are oviparous and development is direct. Example: Corvus, crow; Columba, pigeon; Cetacula, parrot; Struthio, ostrich; pavo, peacock; Aptenoid, penguin; Neophron, vulture. Figure 4.23 Some birds: A. Neophron, B. Struthio, C. Cetacula, D. Pavo. 4.2.11.7 Class Mammalia. They are found in variety of habitats: polar ice caps, deserts, mountains, forests, grasslands, and dark caves. Some of them have adapted to fly or live in water. The most unique mammalian characteristic is the presence of milk-producing glands, mammary glands, by which the young ones are nourished. They have two pairs of limbs, adapted for walking, running, climbing, burrowing, swimming, or flying. Figure 4.24 The skin of mammals is unique in possessing hair. External ears or pinnae are present. Different types of teeth are present in jaw. Heart is four-chambered. They are homeothermous. Respiration is by lungs. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. They are viviparous with few exceptions and development is direct. Example: oviparous Ornithorhynchus platypus, viviparous Macropus kangaroo, Theropus flying fox, Camelus camel, Macaca monkey, Catus rat, Canis dog, Felis cat, Elephas elephant, Equus horse, Delphinus common dolphin, Balanoptera blue whale, Panthera tigris tiger, Panthera leo lion. Figure 4.24 Some mammals: A. Ornithorhynchus, B. Macropus, C. Theropus, D. Balanoptera. The salient distinguishing features of all phyla under kingdom Animalia is comprehensively given in Table 4.2. Table 4.2 Salient features of different phyla in the kingdom Animalia. Phylum: Porifera. Level of organization, cellular, symmetry, various, coelom, absent, segmentation, absent, digestive system, absent, circulatory system, absent, respiratory system, absent, distinctive features, body with pores and canals and walls. Cylinder data, mid-area, level of organization, tissues, symmetry, radial, coelom, absent, segmentation, absent, digestive system, incomplete, circulatory system, absent, respiratory system, absent, distinctive features, middleblast present. Phylum, Ctenophora, level of organization, tissue, symmetry, radial, coelom, absent, segmentation, absent, digestive system, incomplete, circulatory system, absent, respiratory system, absent, distinctive features, comb plates for locomotion. Phylum, Platyhelminths, level of organization, organ and organ system, symmetry, bilateral, coelom, absent, segmentation, absent, digestive system, incomplete, circulatory system, absent, respiratory system, absent, distinctive features, flat body, suckers. Phylum, Aschelminthus. Level of organization, organ system, symmetry, bilateral, coelom, pseudocoelomate, segmentation, absent, digestive system, incomplete, circulatory system, absent, respiratory system, absent, distinctive features, often worm-shaped elongated. Phylum, Annelida, level of organization, organ system, symmetry, bilateral, coelom, coelomate, segmentation, present, digestive system, complete, circulatory system, present, respiratory system, absent, distinctive features, body segmentation like rim. Phylum Arthropoda, level of organization, organ system, symmetry, bilateral, coelom, coelomate, segmentation, present, digestive system, complete, circulatory system, present, respiratory system, present, distinctive features, exoskeleton of cuticle, jointed appendages. Phylum Mollusca, level of organization, organ system, symmetry, bilateral, coelom, coelomate, segmentation, absent, digestive system, complete, circulatory system, present, respiratory system, present, distinctive features, external skeleton of shell, usually present. Phylum Echinodermata, level of organization, organ system, symmetry, medium, coelom, coelomate, segmentation, absent, digestive system, complete, circulatory system, present, respiratory system, present, distinctive features, vascular system, radial symmetry. Phylum Hemichordata, level of organization, organ system, symmetry, bilateral, coelom, coelomate, segmentation, absent, digestive system, complete, circulatory system, present, respiratory system, present, distinctive features, worm-like with proboscis, polar and trunk. Phylum Chordata, levels of organization, organ system, symmetry, bilateral, coelom, coelomate, segmentation, present, digestive system, present, circulatory system, present, respiratory system, present, distinctive features, notochord, dorsal hollow notochord, gill slits with limbs or fins. Summary: the basic fundamental features such as level of organization, symmetry, cell organization, coelom, segmentation, notochord, etc. have enabled us to broadly classify the animal kingdom. Besides the fundamental features, there are many other distinctive characters which are specific for each phyla or class. Porifera includes multicellular animals which exhibit cellular level of organization and have characteristic flagellated coanescence. The cylindrids have tentacles and geared nodoblast. They are mostly aquatic, sessile or free-floating. The ctenophores are marine animals with comb plates. The platyhelminths have flat body and exhibit bilateral symmetry. The parasitic forms show distinct suckers and heads. Helminths are pseudophyllomates and include parasitic as well as non-parasitic roundworms. Annelids are metamerically segmented animals with a true coelom. The arthropods are the most abundant group of animals, characterized by the presence of jointed appendages. The mollusks have a soft body surrounded by an external calcareous shell. The body is covered with external skeleton made up of chitin. The echinoderms possess a spiny skin. Their most distinctive feature is the presence of water vascular system. The hemichordals are a small group of worm-like marine animals. They have a cylindrical body with proboscis, collar, and trunk. Phylum Chordata includes animals which possess a notochord, either throughout or during early embryonic life. Other common features observed in the cortex are the dorsal hollow nerve cord, with pharyngeal gill slits. Some of the vertebrates do not possess jaws. Agnatha, whereas most of them possess jaws, Gnathostomata. Agnatha is represented by the class Cyclostomata. They are the most primitive chordates and ectoparasites on fishes. Gnathostomata has two superclasses, Pisces and Tetrapoda. Classes Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes bear fins for locomotion and are grouped under Pisces. The chondrichthyes are fishes with cartilaginous endoskeleton and are marine. Classes Amphibia, Reptilia, Apes, and Mammalia have two pair of limbs and are thus grouped under Tetrapoda. The amphibians have adapted to live both on land and water. Reptiles are characterized by the presence of dry and cornified skin. Limbs are absent in snails. Fishes and amphibians and reptiles are poikilotherians, cold-blooded. Apes are warm-blooded animals with feathers on their bodies and forelimbs modified into wings for flight. Hind limbs are adapted for walking, swimming, perching, or clasping. The unique feature of mammals are the presence of mammary glands and hairs on the skin. They commonly exhibit viviparity. Thank you.